Officer!
Around 1:30 a.m., just hours after Mother's Day, Orange County Sheriff's officers respond to a shooting on Orlando's east side. When officers arrive at the scene, they're greeted with chaos.
Oh, Jesus!
Alright, back up.
Yes, sir!
Back up.
Oh, Lord, have mercy!
County 125.
Oh, Lord, have mercy! Oh, Lord.
Black male, GSW to the chest, unresponsive, no pulse. I'm gonna try to get him out of the car and start CPR.
Who's the shooter?
We're not sure. He has dreads with the white shirt.
Okay.
Oh, I think, yeah, we don't know.
Okay, stay there. That's the shooter. Yeah. Shoot your hands! Do it now! Stop! Come here!
On the phone!
You're on the phone? Come here!
I'm on the phone with him!
Okay, stop.
I'm right
Who are you pointing to?
The deputy said,
Stop.
"Don't point towards me.
Stop.
This is my home, sir.
Who are
This
you
man
pointing
attacked
to?
me."
Stop.
Your hands up. We can hang up.
Stop.
Your hands up and walk towards them.
Stop.
I'm with him.
Put your hands behind your back. Do it now.
Hold on, wait,
Drop
let
the
me
phone.
go off.
Drop the
in my-
phone. Drop the phone.
Were you pointing at the shooter?
No, I am the shooter. I shot him. He tried attacking me in my house. You don't have to be so rough, buddy.
Well, I'm trying to get your hands so it's easier for the handcuffs.
Yeah, I'm right here.
The shooter identifies himself as 29-year-old Lawrence Doherty.
Can you take me back in front of my house?
No, you're going in the back of this car.
Why? This is ridiculous.
Shooter.
This is my home.
Hold on. I know.
This is my home, boss. This is my home.
Okay, well, we're just detained for now.
This is my home. This is literally my house and my
We're
mail.
just making sure you don't have any,
No, I don't have anything. Can we go back to my house, boss?
Not right now.
not right now, man.
Why?
Because it's considered a crime scene right now, so.
I don't have anything.
Well, we just have to double check, that's it, man.
Do me a favor. You're going to take a seat, bud. Okay?
Yeah.
Have
Go
a
take a
seat.
seat.
Can I call my lawyer?
Hold on. Yeah. Like I
Can you
said,
give my phone so I can call my lawyer?
give me a
You can't
second.
use your phone right now.
Right now, you're being detained.
Go ahead and put the feet in for me.
Just yards away, his victim clings to life.
You guys gonna be able to save him?
So we're gonna try and do memory. Right now, I just need you to stand over on the side of the walker, right?
The distraught woman identifies herself as Tara Walker. She tells police the victim is her boyfriend, 31-year-old former NBA player Adreian Payne, a power forward who spent 4 seasons in the league.
How's it going, man? Is he gonna make it? He's done.
It's early to say, but it don't look good. So I'm not a medic though.
Within minutes, paramedics arrive, and Adreian is rushed to a nearby hospital. Meanwhile, Lawrence tells police he's the real victim.
I got out of my dad's truck and I seen this gentleman outside of my house, and I've seen his car multiple times. And I ran up to his car, I walked over to his car, and he got out of his car. He's 7 feet tall, sir. You see how tall I am? He reached in his pants like he's gonna grab for his gun. I ran inside of my house. I have my son and my father in the truck, and I protected us. You understand what I'm saying?
I hear what you're saying.
But why am I in handcuffs?
Because you just shot somebody. Where did you put the gun inside the house?
My gun is in the house. I will show you.
Well, you can't go inside the house. It's a crime scene.
You're treating me like a suspect, brother.
Unfortunately, you are a suspect.
Do I not have like the right in my house to stand my ground?
That's why we're doing the investigation, to see what truly happened.
Officers quickly identify 2 other key eyewitnesses, one being Adrian's girlfriend, Tara.
Why am I here though? Why am I
Because
not
you
in the
were here.
hospital?
You were here in the scene.
But he has no
You
family
witnessed
here.
everything.
I wish he never came with me. I wish. Oh God, I wish I could go back time. I wish he never came. What?
The second eyewitness, Lawrence's father Larry, appears to be in shock too.
Sir, take a breath. I know it's a lot. Take a breath for me, okay? Listen, so far, what happened?
Well, I was bringing my son and his son home.
To this house?
Yeah. And he see this guy coming up, right, and the guy got out of the car. They exchanged words, and I said, hey, are you okay? And he said, no. So he goes back to the house, and then this guy here, he's going to move, and then my son just shoot him.
So I'm just shoot him? Okay. No. I know it's a lot, man. I know it's a lot. Do you know the guy that shot him?
That's my son.
Larry tells police his grandson, Lawrence's 10-year-old son, was in the truck with him when the shooting occurred. In the ensuing mayhem, he's gone missing.
We gotta find the 10-year-old. The 10-year-old took off running.
Police locate the frightened child inside his house and contact his mother, Lawrence's girlfriend Tatiana Mesa, to come get him.
Real quick, your mom just wants to at least see you and make sure you're good, all right, man?
Mommy.
I got it.
Hey, baby. Where are you?
As officers process the scene, they receive word from the hospital. Adreian Payne has been pronounced dead from a gunshot wound to the chest. Later that morning, Lawrence Doherty is charged with first-degree murder. He pleads not guilty, citing self-defense. Now it's up to detectives to figure out if he's telling the truth or not. They bring in Adrian's girlfriend, Tara Walker, to get her side of the story.
Tara, tell me what happened tonight.
So, my best friend is Tatiana Mesa, and she texted me around 1:04 a.m. and said, hey, are you awake? And I responded back to her and told her, yeah. And she responded back and said, please meet me at my house in 15 minutes. And I said, is everything okay? She didn't respond back.
Tatiana Mesa is Lawrence's longtime girlfriend and the mother of his son. According to Tara, Tatiana and Lawrence have a very toxic relationship. Their fights often turn ugly.
We always go through this, and I'm kind of like the mediator. Like, I always am in there to like calm him down, to, like, not necessarily say the protector, but there to make sure that he doesn't physically harm her.
After Tatiana texted her, Tara got in her car and headed to Lawrence's house. On her way there, she called Adrian.
So I was on the phone with my boyfriend, which is Adrian, and he was on his way to my house, and I told him, I gotta stop by Todd, something's going on. She asked me to come. Usually it's an emergency, it's this late at night. And he was like, well, get off the highway and meet you there, I'm almost there. And I'm like, no, babe, just go home and be with the kids. Let me just go see what's going on. And Lawrence is hot-headed, and I don't want him to feel like, you know, you're there for something. He's like, no, I'm there for you because last time he was in your face, and, you know, he's just disrespectful and he's nasty to you.
Tara says she and Adrian remained on the phone, and he got to Lawrence's house before she did.
I was on the phone with him. I could hear Lawrence telling him, why are you at my house? Why are you at my house? See, there was no, like, argument. It was just like, why are you here? And Adrian is just like, I'm like, you know, get on. Like, I'm not dealing with you.
Minutes later, when Tara arrived at Lawrence and Tatiana's house, Tatiana wasn't there. She didn't see Lawrence either.
By this time, Lawrence had walked back into the house. I'm assuming he walked in the house to go get his gun.
Tara says Adrian was parked on the street in front of Lawrence's house.
And then I walked over to his car to tell him, babe, I'm gonna go inside. Like, don't even come in the house, because he's obviously hot-headed.
And he was sitting in the car at that time?
Sitting in the car, and he opened his door.
With his leg out?
And he had his leg out, yeah.
So you park your car, you get out, you're talking to Adrian at the car, and while you're there talking to him, Lawrence comes out.
I turn around to go walk, and I see Lawrence coming out. So I kind of like slow down because I can see he has something like this in his white shirt.
Okay. Could you tell what it was right away?
Yeah, I knew it was a gun.
Okay. What made you know it was a gun?
By the way he was holding it. By the way he was holding himself. And I hear Larry say, Lawrence, what you got? What are you doing? Like, what are you doing, Lawrence? And then Lawrence pulls his gun out. And he raises it. And I raise my hands up and I'm like, please, Lawrence, like, Todd told us to come. Todd told me to come. He's here for me to make sure I'm good. And he's like, why are you here? And then he just shot him. And then I like turn back around. And I seen Adrian grab his chest and like lean over to the passenger side and then come back to the driver's side. And I'm watching as Lawrence just kind of like, just pushes his hair back and then just turns around and just gradually walks into the house. Like nothing ever happened.
All right. Did Lawrence say anything besides "Why are you here"? Did he say anything else?
Nothing.
How many gunshots did you hear?
One.
Just one. Okay. At that time, did Adreian have anything in his hands?
No.
Okay. Was he not even a cell phone?
He didn't grab a cell phone. He was literally sitting there just watching.
Okay.
See both hands. You can see what he's doing clear as day.
Okay. Does Adreian have a gun?
No.
Okay, so he doesn't have a gun. Does he? While you were there, he didn't make any motions like he had a gun?
No.
All right, Tara, can you raise your right hand? Do you swear everything we talked about tonight is true?
I swear.
Okay.
I wish it wasn't.
Okay.
I wish to God it wasn't.
Okay.
I wish this was a dream. Oh, God.
When detectives speak with Tatiana Mesa, she confirms she texted Tara and asked her to meet her at the scene. Tatiana also reveals why she reached out to Tara for help. Hours before the shooting, she and Lawrence took their son to Larry's house for a family gathering, and that's when the trouble began.
Just having a good time in the kitchen, celebrating Mother's Day, and then, we're just talking about some past, and my past specifically, and he was just getting upset, and I was getting upset, obviously, about his past, and we kind of, as the conversation increased, he mentioned some things about my past that really, really upset me. So when he was in front of me, in my face talking about it, I kind of pushed him back and he had pushed me back. And so that's when he said he wanted to go home.
Tatiana says Larry offered him a ride.
He then drove Lawrence home with your 10-year-old?
Correct. Yeah.
And you stayed behind?
Right.
Tatiana stayed behind and texted Tara to meet her at Lawrence's house. She was still at Larry's house when Tara called her.
What did she tell you?
She said, Adreian is dead.
And did she tell you how that came to be? Did she tell you anything?
She has not explained anything to me.
Because she wasn't there, Tatiana can't speak to the shooting. But Lawrence's father, Larry, can.
Kind of help me understand what happened here tonight.
I was bringing my son home. I had my grandson in the truck. And we see the car. I thought it was an SUV because it had the lights on real bright pointing at the truck. I said, well, who was that, Lawrence? He said he didn't know. He just mumbled. And he got out of the truck.
Okay, so you stated Lawrence got out.
Yeah, Lawrence got out as if I don't know who the boy was. I'm just now, this is my first time ever seeing him. And he went up to approach the guy to talk to him. The guy was real tall. And he had a couple words. And when he was leaving, going back, and I said, is everything okay? And I think I don't know if he said, I don't know or what, right? But then I see the guy get out of the truck, the car again. It's like he made a motion, and I said, what are you doing? And next thing I know, I hear a shot. I start yelling and screaming. Everything just happened so quick.
Right. When you heard the gunshot, were you still inside your truck?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I was looking out my window.
So after the gunshot, Lawrence, what does Lawrence do?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know what he did. I didn't see anything after
that. So you get out of your truck, you go...
I run to see what's going on with the boy.
Okay.
I see him in the car, shot. I try to give CPR.
Okay. Did you pull him out of the car? Was he
No. No. I was telling him to stay with me. I grabbed his hand, see if I could feel anything.
Okay.
I could hear him at first. I could hear him.
Okay.
I could hear him. I said, stay with me, boy, stay with me.
Right.
I grabbed his hand, and by the end, you guys start shooting up.
At the scene, Lawrence told officers Adreian was armed. Tara said he wasn't. Detectives put the question to Larry.
Did you ever see him pull out a gun?
No.
Did his hands come up like he was holding a gun?
Not that I'm aware of.
There was no gun found on Adreian at the scene, so police perform a thorough search of his car. And they come up empty, with no proof to back his story. Lawrence's self-defense claim appears to be on shaky ground. As the investigation continues, Adreian Payne is laid to rest in his home state of Ohio. At his packed memorial service, family, friends, and former teammates paid tribute to the man they describe as a gentle giant and who overcame a tough childhood to achieve his dreams of making it to the NBA. Months pass, and as Lawrence Doherty prepares for his day in court, his legal team files a motion to have his case dismissed. They argue that under the controversial Stand Your Ground law, Lawrence had the right to use deadly force against Adreian because he believed him to be a legitimate threat. The request is denied. In July of 2025, the case finally heads to trial.
So we're now going to start with the opening statements of the attorneys and then start moving into the witnesses' testimony.
One by one, witnesses take the stand, including Adrian's girlfriend, Tara Walker. During her testimony, a hush falls over the courtroom when prosecutors introduce footage of the shooting that was recovered from a neighbor's home security camera.
All right, so I want to go back through that and ask you a few questions about some of the voices and things that we're hearing on the video.
Okay.
So that voice that we hear there, is that your voice?
Correct, yes.
And what are you saying there?
Do not pull your gun out.
On cross-examination, the defense tries to paint Tara as a biased witness.
I know this sounds like a very ignorant question, and pardon my ignorance, but it was fair to say you love Mr. Payne, right?
Correct.
You wouldn't want him to have a bad name, would you?
No.
It's true, you would do anything to protect his name, right?
What do you mean by anything?
Is that fair? Would you?
No, not necessarily.
No further questions, John.
Leading up to the trial, the question on everyone's mind is, will Lawrence take the stand in his own defense? Hours after Tara's testimony, that question is answered.
All right, you may call your first witness.
I would like to call Mr. Lawrence Doherty.
Mr. Doherty, if you'll make your way over to the witness box for me, please.
You recall what happened on May 9th, 2022?
Yes, I do.
Did you explain to the court and the jury what happened?
Well, around 1:30 in the morning, me, my son, and my dad went to my house. My father was taking me and my son home. And as we arrived, I see the car parked at the corner of my home, and I automatically assumed it was Tara. So I thought it was weird that she was parked right there, because she would typically park in the driveway or in front of the house. And so I walk over there to greet her, to say, hey, you know, why are you parked here? And Mr. Payne gets out of the car. And when he gets out of the car, he's looking down at me. He has his hand in his waistband, and I can see like something silver sticking out on the side of his hip with his hand on it. And I asked him, what are you doing here? And he said, I'm not playing with you, I'll smoke you. I said, what? I threw my hands in the air and I started freaking out. My dad rolls down the window and asked me, is everything okay? And I told him, I don't know. So I go inside of my home. I retrieve my firearm so I could safely get my son in the house. And so as I return back outside, I see Mr. Payne has moved his car up even more. And he's gotten out of his car again. And so I'm standing in my driveway and I'm asking him, why are you here? What are you doing here? Why are you here? Can you please leave? Can you please leave? And he's just staring at me.
Did you have a relationship with him at all?
No, sir.
Did you invite him to your home? I'm sorry?
No, sir.
Why did you go back in the house? Why did you go in the house?
Because I thought I was gonna die.
Why'd you feel that way, though?
He's outside my house. He's telling me he's gonna smoke me. I have my son outside, I have my father outside. He's there by himself. Nobody, I didn't.
When you came back outside, you had this firearm. First of all, did you have a concealed weapon permit?
Yes, sir.
So had you taken self-defense classes before?
Yes, sir.
When you came out, did you have any additional words or anything was said by you at that time?
Yes.
What was that, if anything?
I said, can you please leave? Why are you here? Can you please leave? What are you here for?
And what was the response that you got?
He didn't say anything. He was just staring at me.
Did Mr. Payne appear to reach for something? Or?
Yes. When I was saying, why are you here? You need to leave. You need to leave. Why are you here? I seen him going like this, pulling his hand up, like he's raising a gun towards me. And I shot one time and I called the police and I put my son in the house.
Mr. Doherty, I'm going to ask you this question. Did you see a firearm in the hand or in the possession of Mr.
Yes.
Did you feel like your life was in danger?
Yes. Me, my son, and my father.
No further questions, Your Honor.
On cross-examination, the prosecution hammers away at Lawrence's testimony.
I want to talk about some other things that you said in your direct testimony. You were very clear in your testimony 5-10 minutes ago when your attorney asked you, did you see a firearm, right? You said, yes, I saw a firearm. That was your testimony just, 10 minutes ago, right? Correct?
Correct.
In a dramatic moment, it appears Lawrence's previous statement to detectives comes back to haunt him.
So, Mr. Doherty, I'm going to read from this transcript, starting at line 25 on page 35. Detective Gilberti, this is his question to you. Okay, did you ever see a gun? Mr. Doherty, I cannot say I necessarily saw a gun, but if you're giving me this gesture, I've taken concealed weapons classes. I've taken defense classes before. If somebody approaches me like this, and that's your answer. So you cannot definitively say and honestly say to this jury.
Objection, Your Honor. Objection, Your Honor. Argumentative.
Sustained.
You cannot say definitively that you saw a gun, can you?
Objection, Your Honor. Same objection. Argumentative.
Sustained.
I had been waiting and sitting in the back of a police car for 7-8 hours. I was in the interview room for 6-7 hours. I hadn't slept. I was beyond tired. And my recollection of what happened could have been maybe,
Okay, so you didn't say it then, but you're saying it now, right?
I said it,
Okay. Now, you mentioned in your direct testimony that you were concerned for your son and for your father who were present at the time of the shooting, right? Is that yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I apologize.
But even by your own telling, there was never any threat by the victim made to your son, right?
Objection, argumentative, Your Honor.
Overruled.
There was never any threat made by the victim to your son, right?
Correct.
Is that correct?
I said correct.
Okay. And there was never any threat made by the victim to your father, right?
Correct. It doesn't have to be made to them, though.
Okay. Now, you would also agree that where the victim was parked was not your property, right?
The neighborhood is considered my property. I don't own the neighborhood, but it's my dwelling. That's where I live.
Okay. But to be clear, Mr. Payne never set foot in your house, right?
No.
Now, when you went inside your home to arm yourself with a firearm, in this case, the victim didn't follow you, right?
No.
He stayed by his car.
Correct.
And so you went in. You would have had time at that point to call 911 if you deemed it necessary?
Correct.
But you didn't do that, did you? Did you?
I didn't think it was necessary at that moment.
Okay. What you deemed was necessary was to get your firearm, go outside, and kill it, right?
No.
But that's what you did.
After Lawrence's testimony, the defense rests, and the jury moves to deliberations. The next day, on July 30th, 2025, they reach a verdict.
All right, the verdict forms are in order. If you'll go ahead and please read the verdict.
In the Circuit Court of the Ninth Judicial Circuit in and for Orange County, Florida, the state of Florida versus Lawrence Doherty, case number 2022, CF 5250. Verdict as to count 1. We, the jury, find the defendant guilty of second-degree murder as charged in the information. So say we all, dated at Orlando, Orange County, Florida.
A month later, a judge delivers his fate.
Given all of that, I'm going to impose the following sentence. I'm going to adjudicate you guilty of the offense, sentence you to life in the Florida Department of Corrections with a life minimum mandatory for possession, discharge, and death of the alleged victim in this case with a firearm.
While Lawrence Doherty's life sentence finally brings closure to the case, Adreian Payne's loved ones are left carrying the pain of his senseless death with them forever.
You stole the man who was supposed to guide our son through life. The man who was supposed to be there for his first steps, his birthday, his first day of school, his graduations, and every special moment in between. Adreian is gone, Lawrence. He's buried 6 feet under. He was 31 years old, the same age you are today. For that, may God forgive you, because I cannot.
Any other questions or concerns? All right, sir, you have the right to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court. If you wish to do so, it has to be done in writing within the next 30 days. If you cannot afford to hire an attorney for the purpose of an appeal, one could be appointed for you. We'll be in recess.